Marco, first of all, what's the team news ahead of this weekend's game against Manchester City?
Still the same until now. Just GP Gabamin and Andre Gomes. They will be out. Andre is still not working full with his teammates. Let's hope in the next few days we have some more news about him.
There's been some speculation. I know that Andre Gomes might not be returning until mid-October. Is that accurate?
No. Possible. All these news they are coming because you have the international break after the next week. Possible. Like I said before, he's doing the first steps now to integrate the full session with the team. Didn't do yet, but possible beginning of the next week we'll start. Let's see after how we'll react. But if not for the next match, for sure after the break we'll be ready.
Djibril Sidibe once again impressed on Tuesday night in the League Cup. Has he got to a stage where he's pushing or posing a problem, if you like, a welcome problem for you in terms of can he start in the Premier League?
Yeah, because that we signed with him. We knew he always and competition is one competition inside, and Djibril will give us for sure that. Unfortunately for us, he didn't do the pre-season. Just arrived in the last days of the market with the Premier League starting in that period. Didn't have time even to integrate some pre-season friendly match, pre-season games in that period because it was really important to me and to him to see him in that period. Of course, all the moments they are a good opportunity for him to play and to have some minutes in his legs. He did well. Pushing Coleman every time will be a good fight between both. I'm 100% sure. And of course, I believe also every time we'll see more Djibril playing, more integrate, and know better all the things in Premier League because he's an experienced player. Just the competition is new for him. We'll see better things from him.
Having not had that pre-season with you, then how pleased and impressed have you been when he has been on the pitch and had his opportunity?
He did well. The last game, but I'm 100% sure because I will demand from him more, and I'm 100% sure he can do more. To be honest, even if he had good moments, the assist for the first goal, all the things, but he will improve more because the conditions he has, and I will demand from him more, like I'm demanding from the others in this situation, in this position, like I'm demanding from Seamus Coleman as well.
With that in mind, then, talking defensively, would it be fair to say you've been disappointed with the last three performances and the goals conceded in the Premier League?
It's a teamwork. Of course, no one is happy when you consider the goals like we are considered, or you consider the last few games. But like I said before, of course we changed one or two things if you compare with the last season. But they are almost the same players that they were. 13 games with 10 clean sheets. They were the same last season with the fourth best defense in Premier League, the fourth team with less goals conceded in Premier League last season, and we achieved that working hard, improving, learning from the not so good things we did, learning from some mistakes, and of course after we settle everything. We didn't expect because we started again in a good spot. Didn't consider the first two goals, but suddenly we start considering some goals and some of them sloppy, but they are already done. We work on that. We analyze, and we are working to don't do again the same and to keep improving to become a solid team.
Given what you've just said, then, do you feel that right now, 14th place is underachieving for this club?
Of course, you are not happy. Of course, I'm the first one when I look to the table. Of course, we know everything starts now. It's too early to start to look to the table and to be in panic. I will tell you also, because if you had a good game the last home game, and if you had a good game and if you achieve that 3 points, you are talking completely different about the position of the table because everything is too close. If you ask me if you are really concerned or in panic, of course not. You know what we are doing. We know what we should improve and if you improve in that type of situations, the results will come. And after some games, we'll see different position in the table for sure. But if you ask me if you are happy with the last performance we had, of course not. Last one was for the Premier League, of course, was not good enough. I felt straight our frustration and the frustration of our fans we share after the match. We spoke after the match also, but was done. Not to talk more about that situation. We have a new challenge tomorrow. Will be a big challenge, tough game, like you know. But it's a challenge we want to play, and the challenge we want to play at home with our fans and try to get a good result.
And I suppose that frustration you talk about is compounded by the lack of goals in the last couple of games that you've scored. You've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who got 2 in the League Cup on Tuesday night. Moise Kean has had a couple of starts. Do you consider playing both up front, or is the shape of the team more important than that particular issue right now?
No. Our philosophy, our idea is always the most important thing. But we can adapt, and you can work with. I'm here to take the best from the players we have. And if you are asking to start with the 2 strikers, last home game we played maybe 40 minutes with 2 strikers, and maybe we had less chances than the first half with just 1 striker. Sometimes if you put there so many strikers inside, doesn't mean you are creating more chance or will score more goals. And I think the last game we had was a good example, because the first half we were more dangerous. We created even more chances than second half, and second half we play almost 40 minutes with the 2 strikers.
And lastly from me, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but Ojogo, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Portugal, has said that Sporting Lisbon have inquired about your availability. Is there any truth in that? Do you know about it?
Nothing is true. For me it's new what you are saying also, but even it's not nothing to talk about this. It's not true for sure, but even I'm not thinking nothing. Normally I don't read the newspapers also, but it's not true.
Thank you.
Marco, you talked about creating chances there. Since the start of last season, nobody's created more chances than Everton, so it's just down to converting them, I suppose, now, isn't it?
Okay, they are the numbers and the facts. What I can tell you, and even if, and looking for the last game, we didn't create so many chances, but even in that game, I think we created more than our opponent, for sure, because our opponent won the game shooting once in our target and won 2-0. But it's up to us. Sometimes the number of chances is not the most important thing, like I said. And you are saying we are one of the teams creating more. For sure, you are one of the teams with more possession, or try to play more in the offensive middle, because sometimes have possession just to have is not the most important thing, but playing more in the offensive middle and try to be more close to the box, the opponent, as more as you can. But at the end, we have to be clinical. We have to be ruthless in both boxes. Is the main thing in football, because you are here to get the results, and just the results we can achieve scoring goals and not conceded goals. It's a good sign if you are controlling the game, if you can play more in your offensive middle, like we are playing more than our opponents. Maybe tomorrow will be the first game, will not happen this season, because the type of opponent we'll play against and the capacity they have. But if in all the games you are playing, you are always more there, but at the end you have to be, like I said before, clinical, more ruthless in both boxes as well, because if you do that, for sure the results will appear again, because we had last season some not so good moments, and we cannot compare with this one. We are in this moment, and we react so strong, and we settle everything, and after the confidence will grow again, and we did a fantastic second part of the season. Is something we want to do as fast as you can again.
And you spoke about a nervousness that you felt amongst your players last week. Have you addressed that with them this week?
We spoke straight after the match, because it's something we didn't expect. To be honest, I didn't expect, because of course we come from a bad result against Bournemouth, but one team where 7 months without a lose at home, playing at home. 7 months was not 1-2 games, was 7 months. The last 7 games we won 6 and just draw 1. Of course, I didn't expect to see, but if something can happen, we had a bad afternoon, clear, and more the second half than the first. Our second half was not our image there, clear, but it's finished. We work on that. We spoke about, and it's up to us to change and to react the next game.
And in terms of facing top 6 teams, we know that you've done well against them recently, unbeaten in 5, you won 3 of the last 4, and you face all 6 now in the next 12 games. So is this, ironically, a good opportunity for Everton to start showing what they really can do? Do they perform better against those teams? Is there something that changes?
No, we like normal, you know. We gave that step last season, because I remember what type of conversations we have always here when you play against top 6. The type of questions you always are putting to myself, but I think we gave a strong step. And it's up to us to do again, respecting, of course, our opponent. We know what type of quality they have. I can tell you, is one of the, if not the best, one of the best teams in Europe. So difficult to play against them, to be solid really against them. We have to really to be solid, but to believe in ourselves, in our capacity as well, to play well with aggressiveness, not just without the ball, but with the ball as well. Because, you know, normal is a team to have high capacity to keep the ball, to try to organize the opponents, and you have to be solid. And when you have the ball, you have to show the quality as well to score.
When you play,
Just take the microphone.
a result like they had last time, does it have any effect?
You can analyze and answer direct to you. You can go in a different way. We can look for the last Premier League match, that result you are talking about, or you can look for the last 2 Premier League matches as well. And they played against Norwich away. You can look for both. I know normal they have more this type of results or this type of wins, clear wins with a good number of goals, but in some moments they happen what's happened against Norwich. We have to look to them and to analyze them as a whole, the quality they have, not for the results or whatever. We know, like they like to start the games. Normally they come to start a game really strong, to try to score early in the game, for the opponent team to change their behavior on the pitch. But we don't look for the result they achieve last Premier League match, because if you have to look for the results, we prefer to look for the Norwich as well. We look for them as a whole, the quality they have, believe in ourselves as well, and will be a big challenge for us, for sure. But we want to play this type of challenge, and you are ready to play.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.